Hello again everyone, it's Charlie and welcome back to the Chatting Footy Show YouTube channel. Hope you're all doing well today. Just before I get into this video properly guys, as always smash that like button, comment your opinions below and subscribe if you haven't already. It would really help me out, so thanks for that in advance. So yeah, first of all I just want to say about this situation, it's been a mental few days in the world of football over the last few days. I don't think I've been glued to my phone. Twitter has been just mental. Like it's fried my head. Like the amount of things you're reading, the amount of memes, the amount of things that have been said by fans up and down the country, the news outlets, everything has just been crazy. But what football fans have proven over the last few days is that no matter who you support or who your allegiances are with, we can come together and force change, and that is exactly what we've done. So I just wanted to say, first of all, we should all be proud of ourselves for what we've achieved over the last few days, speaking our minds, voicing our opinions and our frustrations, and it's finally paid off. So well done to every football fan up and down the country. And obviously, I know that I'm a Leeds fan, and he is a former Man United player. But I think Gary Neville is my new hero after the last few days. I mean, what a bloke. Like, everything that has come out of that man's mouth over the last few days has just been facts. Like, speaks his mind, he doesn't care that he works for Sky or this big corporation who maybe try and stay out of the spotlight in terms of giving opinions on big matters. He doesn't care. He voiced his opinion. He voiced his frustration just like any other football fan, because at the end of the day, he's a Man United fan himself. Like he said, he supported them, he played for them, he represents the club in some way. And even he just voiced his embarrassment at this situation, his frustration with the owners, the Glazers, Ed Woodward and such. And yeah, I just love the fact that he wasn't biased towards Man United, because I don't know, I know that pretty much everyone has been in agreement on the fact that it was a stupid idea, but you always get the odd ones sometimes with situations, don't you, where they'll come out and they'll defend their team, but not Gary Neville. He come out and he slated Man United probably more than all of the other 5 teams that had agreed to it. So that was really good to see. I thought Jamie Carragher as well spoke really well on the Monday Night Football, again voicing his frustration with the Liverpool side of things, and his embarrassment as well. But I think both of them, that Monday Night Football the other night, like Leeds were playing against Liverpool, but the game wasn't spoken about. And I think me, as well as every other football fan up and down the country, were just glued to their TV screens, and it was just silent in my house anyway, like when we were watching it, like just listening to them just speak utter facts. Like they're speaking on behalf of every football fan up and down the country, and you've got to salute them for that. Amazing work by them too. And that they did say as well that if one team crumbled, the rest would follow, and that's exactly what happened. We heard just prior to the Chelsea-Brighton game last night that that Man City had formally, said that they were going to leave the Super League, and that Chelsea were going to be next. We'd not heard like anything properly official about Chelsea, but they were linked to be leaving as well. Sorry. You've got to salute the Chelsea fans as well, protesting outside Stamford Bridge. Again, as a Leeds fan, don't really like Chelsea, they don't really like us, but again, I'll keep probably saying this, but it's right, we've all come together as football fans over the last few days, and I was actually proud of those Chelsea fans, and the Leeds and the Liverpool fans who did the same outside Ellen Road prior to our game the other night as well. Absolutely amazing scenes. And when they got the news finally that Chelsea were going to leave, the celebrations were as if Chelsea had just scored a last-minute winner in an FA Cup final or something like that. Like, they were just going mental, and it was really good to see. I think I could only imagine what Leeds fans would have been like if it was our club going through that. It'd have been amazing scenes once we got that news as well. But after that news as well, Madrid Zone, the Twitter account, I'm sure that everybody's aware of them over the last few days. I'll be honest, at first I thought they were maybe just like one of those dodgy news outlets just giving news out that ain't true. But you slowly become to realise that they are very legit, and the information that they were giving was 100% facts. They tweeted out that it was only actually Man City who had formally left at the Super League, and that Chelsea was still in it, but they were just having doubts. So again, that cast a little bit of doubt over Chelsea. You know, are they really going to leave? Did they just say they were going to leave just to shut the fans up outside Stamford Bridge and all that shit? But it did end up being the case that Chelsea did leave, and it was just like deadline day last night. Sky Sports News, I didn't turn it over. I was just watching this unravel. It was like a domino effect. Once City, then Chelsea, and then we all got the news that we had been waiting for since this shitstorm started a few days ago, and that all 6 Premier League clubs made statements basically saying that they were all leaving the Super League and that they were not going to take part in it anymore due to the backlash that they've got from their fans and fans up and down of the country. Now, yes, they shouldn't have been in the situation in the first place. I accept that. But at the same time, kind of got to give them a bit of credit in the sense of, that they've listened to their fans. They've acknowledged that, yeah, they've made a mistake. They've judged this situation badly, really badly. And that's all they can really do. It isn't the players, it isn't the fans, it isn't the coaching staff or anything like that. Certain board members probably didn't even know. It's the owners that need to pay the consequences for this. Now, in terms of punishment, I do believe that these teams should still be punished somehow. I know I said the other day when it first got announced that they should be relegated down to the National League, League 2, whatever. I feel like the fact that they've come to the senses and backed out of it, I think that would be harsh to do that now. But I think, even a fine isn't really going to work because it's just monopoly to them, isn't it? They can pay whatever the fine is. I think something like a transfer ban for maybe 2 seasons or something, a ban on playing in Europe for a few seasons, a points deduction, maybe not that drastic where it relegates them or anything like that, but they deserve a points deduction to the fact that City and Man United do not deserve to be in that top 4 now. After this, the fact that City or Spurs could win the Carabao Cup on Sunday, City could win the Premier League, Chelsea could win the FA Cup. That for me shouldn't happen now. Like, they deserve to be punished heavily for this. I'm not saying that the fans deserve it, the players deserve it, the coaching staff deserve it. But at the end of the day, these owners are kind of representing these clubs, and they should still be punished. Whether or not they do get punished is another matter. It wouldn't surprise me if they didn't. I get what the Premier League mean in a sense of that they just want to move on from this situation now, and I can completely appreciate that. But at the same time, you've got to think of these other clubs like Leeds, Everton, Newcastle, Palace, all these teams in the Premier League. We could have really suffered from this as well. So something needs to be done. No matter how big or how small or whatever, something just needs to be done. UEFA, FIFA, Premier League, FA, they need to make a stand on this so that this doesn't happen again. Laws need to be brought in, and these clubs need to face the consequences. And I'm sure even the fans of these clubs would probably agree. Something needs to be done. Maybe not as drastic as what it would have been if they had actually gone ahead with it, but the fact that, the intent was there, the letter of intent was there, they signed on that dotted line originally, and that's why they should pay the consequences. I'm sure everybody agrees. Now, just to summarise on this video, guys, really good day in terms of being a football fan was last night. The reason why I didn't post a reaction last night is that it was getting quite late, and I did have work this morning, but I just thought I'd give a little video out now, just expressing my happiness at this situation, that this has happened. You know, football fans have won, and these few days are going to be remembered in football history for me, of how no matter what team people have supported, no matter who your allegiances are with, we've all come together and we have put a stop to this. They've backed out because of the fans, and that is absolutely amazing. So if you've enjoyed this video, guys, if you're happy as well that this Super League bullshit seems to be over, smash that like button, comment your opinions, and please subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.